I just walked in, but y'all already know me. Things in the world nowadays getting oldie. Chilling in the crib with the fam, getting cozy. Talking with my people, we at home with our homies.
Guys, welcome to At Home with Our Homies. I'm your host, Jason Ciano from Sabre Real Estate, and I have today on episode 5, my lucky number actually, the wonderful Jeffrey Roseman from Newmark. Jeff, we've been friends for a long time. I'm honored that you're on my new series here with me today. How's it going?
Great, Chase. Thank you. You're doing a great job with it. So good luck with it and nice start so far.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Well, listen, I got to get my mind off of what's going on in the real world right now.
It's depressing. I don't know. I've been reading some of these articles, these human interest stories. There was the article about some of these doctors at Elmhurst Hospital yesterday and like what their days are like. And it's incredible because we really are feeling sort of a part of it, a business part, a sort of a non sort of essential part. And these people are dealing with life and death all day long. And it's so disheartening and upsetting. And, you know, it's hard for us to sort of feel bad about what's going on in our world when you are sort of seeing all that. So
I have to actually like try to compartmentalize things in my brain, or I would like just freeze up and not be able to function. So it's like, you know, and obviously none of us can afford to do that. So it's you focus on the reality of what's going on, how it's impacting all of our lives, and obviously everybody's business. I mean, you know, I've talked about with my team, you know, how I've been through 2001, 9/11, '08, you know, the natural disasters and everything else. Yeah. And, you know, this just feels so different. You know, during any of those, it wasn't like every company was dark.
Right. Look, I agree with you. I mean, I think as we were going through each one, we probably thought that was the worst that could ever happen. I mean, you know, not much worse could happen than, you know, sort of buildings coming down and it's sort of the amount of terror that was in that. And I didn't think the city was going to come back. And I've told my team, we were on a call yesterday, and I said, you know, a month or two after 9/11, I'm sort of back to business. I'm marketing space in Times Square, and retailers are saying to me, are you kidding me? Why would I ever go? Why will anyone ever go to Times Square?
Right.
And you know, I was so disheartened, and then months later, you know, things start to heal, and of course the city came back to where it was. It's a pretty resilient city and country, you know. So
oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it goes without saying. It goes without, you know, I think we will get through this, and unfortunately, you know, there's still going to be a lot of negative things that are happening between now and then. But you know, we got to stay focused and do some fun things like At Home with the Homies.
Yeah.
So tell us where you are right now. Where are you?
I'm in Southampton.
Okay.
So we have a home out here. We spend a lot of time out here.
I love it.
And we've sort of been spending a lot of time, even pre sort of Corona, we've been spending a lot of time out here. So it's compared to the city, you know, we've got trees and grass and nature,
space and fresh air.
Exactly.
And a lot of the folks from New York City are obviously in the Hamptons. So it's actually
I haven't seen anybody, of course, but
that's true. That's true. You got to do more FaceTime and Instagram Live. So I saw a beautiful photo of your family on the beach.
Yes, thank you. And
disclaimer:
awesome. I've got 2 kids and a dog running around. So at any moment, you never know what.
There you go. Very true. All right, listen. So we're gonna transition from the kind of normal interview style of this little series here into some questions that I haven't seen before that were printed for me, and we're gonna dive right in here. So, Jeff, what was your least favorite food as a child?
My least favorite food were probably vegetables, all vegetables.
Do you still hate vegetables?
No, I've gone the other way. I've turned the corner.
Yeah,
That's all I eat.
that makes sense. What's one thing on your bucket list?
One thing on my bucket list. Oh, that's a great question. You know, I used to think it was like to skydive because I'm so petrified of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I sort of have gone back and forth. But, you know, if I ever get the nerve up, that would be something that I would sort of look to try to attempt.
Me too. But that all changes when you have kids, right? You're like,
Absolutely.
why would I jump out of this perfectly good plane?
Well, everything changes when you have kids. You start thinking, you know, about a lot of things that you do and did.
Absolutely. That goes without saying. What's something that you've done before that you will never do again?
Drugs.
All right. That's a good one.
Fair answer.
There you go. I'm not going to make you elaborate on that.
Thank you.
What is your favorite item that you bought so far this year?
My favorite item that I bought this year. Let's see. Maybe a piece of clothes. Maybe it's sort of, I love sort of Nike sort of sweats and t-shirts. And so I've got a couple that I wear all the time. Nike, Adidas, all, you know, so I like that a lot. I mean, that's, you know, first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah,
there might be something a little bit more elegant, but that's
I'm in that boat. Hence the Saber Nike gear.
Exactly.
All right, good. This is a good one for you. This is I'm very interested to hear this. Not because it's grim, let's forget that. But when you die, what do you want to be remembered for?
I think I want to be remembered as just a good person. You know, I remember when my dad passed away now, you know, 20 years ago, so many people came to me and sort of the underlying thing that a lot of people said was he had such good character, such good moral fiber. He was a good man. Yeah. And I think that's really all you can sort of hope for. At the end of the day, it's not about, you know, money and you know, legacy of sort of accomplishments, but it's sort of the effect you left on people.
Yeah, I love that. That's so true. Savory or sweet?
Sweet.
What's your favorite candy?
My favorite candy would probably be this fish,
Swedish fish?
Yes, which I, you know, if I see them, I can't hold back, but I try not to look at them.
Fair enough. If you were left on a deserted island with either your worst enemy or nobody, which would you choose and why?
I would pick my worst enemy. First of all, you're similar to me. I doubt you have really many enemies. You may have some people that you sort of don't see eye to eye with, and that always changes, right? I mean, you can always find a common ground, and so clearly having companionship would be better for me.
I agree. And it's funny because as you get older, you start to realize that even people that you don't see eye to eye with, or somebody that you might not even like that much, you could probably figure it out on a deserted island, right?
Right.
You'd figure it all out.
Yeah.
Do you have any pets?
I have a little dog. First dog I ever had, my wife, we bought about 7 years ago, and I didn't want it. I was adamant about not wanting it, and now she follows me around, and I follow her around, and
right now it's probably your best friend, right?
The happiest person to see me when I walk in the door.
Exactly. Man, I need a pet. You just convinced me. My kids have been asking me for a dog, but I haven't gone there, but maybe I'm going now.
Yeah.
If you were a professional wrestler.
Speaking of which.
Oh, there we go. What's the dog's name?
Millie.
Millie. We got a cameo from Millie. Bring the kids on. Come on, everyone. Say hello. You want to say hello? No?
Luffy, come here. Come say hi.
All right, Jeff. If you were a professional wrestler,
Yeah.
What would your entrance song be when you come into the ring?
Probably something by Bruce Springsteen. I'd have to think about what it is, but
Okay.
yeah.
All right, good
Here's
stuff.
my son.
There we go. What's
There's
up,
Luke.
man?
Good.
How are you?
Good.
Excellent. Well, listen, you're very lucky to have this gentleman as your father. You know that?
There's my wife, Shirley.
How are you, Shirley? Nice
How
to
are
meet
you?
you. Good, good, good. Thank you for participating in At Home with Our Homies. That's what just made the show real, Jeff, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
That
All right,
is
listen.
at home.
Exactly. So I'm done with the questions. Would you be so kind to take us on a tour of your refrigerator?
Okay.
Come on. We got to see what's in Jeff Roseman's refrigerator.
May not be that, but
It's all good. I'm just curious to see what you guys are surviving on right now.
I think maybe my wife can do the tour.
That's great.
Let's see.
What am I doing?
Let's do it.
Refrigerator.
Oh, jeez, really?
Yeah, we need to know what you guys are surviving on out there.
All right.
Well, let's see. There's always unbelievably home cooked food.
Well, maybe not right now. Hold on.
Well, listen, that's
There's turkey for later.
Okay.
Veggies, drinks.
Peanut butter is my kryptonite also.
what kind of peanut butter? Show us the peanut butter. I'm a big peanut butter fan myself.
Crunchy peanut butter.
Organic, crunchy peanut butter.
All right, good stuff.
We make shakes every day, and
Love that.
Yep. And anything else?
No, that's it. I mean, anything in
Lot
your
of almond
pantry
milk,
that's
lot of
that
coconut
you
milk,
guys are enjoying while you're stuck in isolation?
a lot of stuff for the kids, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
A lot
That
of
goes
chips
without
in the
saying.
pantry, and a lot of,
Luke, do you want to say bye?
a lot of snacks.
There you go. There you go. Well, listen, we're up on the 10-minute mark. So, Jeff, before we do jump, I just want to tell you that, listen, you've always been an inspiration to me in this business. I appreciate everything you do, and I love knowing you for as long as we've known each other. I really appreciate that, and you're a great friend.
I remember our time. You remember when we went to the Chipotle conference in Vegas?
I sure do.
And I was thinking about Chipotle, by the way, and they're a great example of a tenant that came in after sort of something happened. They saw New York, they saw expansion as an opportunity, you know, not in a bad way, but they just sort of took advantage and said, you know what, now is the time for us to come in. And then they invited us on that great, how many companies do that where they all expense paid?
What was that, like 2004? Just to give everyone context, probably
Maybe
2004 or 5?
I even thought it might have been a little bit earlier, but yeah.
3?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Kenny left a very
lasting
indelible
impression.
mark. Yeah.
Listen, they are a great example because I was just watching the news and Chipotle is up there talking about how they're increasing wages for their employees, and they're doing great stuff. When you and I started with Chipotle, though, back in the early 2000s, I mean, who would have thought that they would be where they are now, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Good stuff,
man.
Jeff. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time. It was
You too,
great
bud.
meeting the family, and
Thanks,
stay
bud.
safe, man. Be healthy.
You too, Jason. You're doing a
Take care,
great
Jeff.
job. Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
man.
brother.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care.
I just walked in, but y'all already know me. Things in the world nowadays getting oldie. Chilling in the crib with the fam, getting cozy. Talking with my people, we at home with our homies.